don't have him off the top of my head. But here we go. He's played, I mean, the agent he's famous for at the tier 1 level, Jet, he's played 90 maps of Jet. Chamber, he's played 145 maps of Chamber in his career.
He's going to get his chance to step up very early on here. You see the fight to be taken, and just a micro adjustment in the aim. He sits PXS down. Battle of the substitutes here.
Oh, PXS was playing quite passively, actually, in the match that they had against 100 Thieves, because Cryo was all over him. And it might be similar here.
See, Salvo is going to be laid down a bit of a tap to see what the next layer of things are, but Lev want to take this one to fight forwards underhand with the flash. There's a big reveal, but the reveal does nothing in the face of all these guns.
Very, very cool protocol, actually, popping through your own smoke to get out and put pressure on these ARC players. Yeah, something that C9 used to do in 2023, actually.
Not expected at all. Maybe a stub Demon 1. Just trying to even things out.
One enemy remaining.
Do so there, Zephyr. Trying to be a bit quirky with the movement, avoid a lot of the bullets, but it will go down as a result of it. So, a cautious round overall. Lev, they do lose the first player, but they find their way forwards anyway. 4 players now alive at an open side on B.
And the team play being the difference at the opener, that's just a single individual duel, but then Lev never allowed another fight to be a 1v1. And I don't think they're going to offer Vic too many at the end here. 3 players all playing as a pack in B-Link. Only Spike alone, and he's never going to take contact in a way that Vic's going to have an opportunity. King's spotting that cross. Does look fairly checkmated here. And this comp is nasty in post plants once you get to rifle rounds and they have more util online.
Definitely is.
Concealment.
Now 2 to play with, but too many targets to really overcome here. You've got to be really sharp, and Vic overwhelmed there. So a pistol round for Leviathan to start. This is a team that we were kind of mentioning at the beginning, but they do want to get off to a really, really strong start here, because if they win this match, they don't exactly get out of the danger zone with being able to get Neon in. They will take one more win, but that's a crucial element, to be honest, because if they lose, sure, you get Neon in, but at what cost, right? You're in the lowest of lowest brackets where you have no more second chances.
You're playing a single elimination tournament at that point with your full roster, so you'd like to avoid that as much as possible, but end of the day, the LEV project this year always knew that Kickoff was going to be the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Because Neon's, no disrespect to PXS, but Neon is like a potential star player that you are adding into your team.
Yeah. And PXS, listen, credit to him, he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's been solid. But he has a very different style, I think. A little bit more sat back, a little bit more controlled. I do expect Neon to be a bit of a nutcase once he gets added into this team.
Yeah, a full explosive power that's just waiting to be tapped into on Leviathan.
Whereas actually the calling from King generally, and we've only seen one match, so it's early days, but it's been slow, very slow. King was one of the slowest callers that we saw across any of the regions actually so far.
Lever really making an active effort to ensure that all the pieces are clicking.
He's been watching the Boast of odds.
Yeah. Hopefully not playing too slow though.
Well, with this kind of composition, you've at least got to get into post plants. And C9 probably going to be in a situation here where they're looking to simply die to Spike.
You look at Leviathan's comp, you do not want to generate their ults, do you?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, Spike is quite close to that no command. It's a big one.
Yeah, you throw in the Ghost and let him go crazy.
Yeah, multiple players you don't want to get coming online early here.
Here he comes.
Yeah. Gets one.
That's a shot.
Any more? Popping up onto the box. I mean, that's pretty good for him.
There you go. There's the
ult.
Okay, that's spectacular from Spike. Just a run in there and demolish too.
Yeah, so you're looking at best case scenario right now for Leviathan. Very healthy bonus round that they're going to be going to.
And a much better beginning than when we were watching them in the 100 Thieves game. And they were winning the pistols and then just obliterated in the second rounds.
Couldn't
and then
convert
get snowballed against. Whereas this is the exact opposite situation to be in.
Handed a pretty big tool, like I was saying prior. They kept Bulldogs, a Phantom. Can buy up into the rest of this one. This is about as potent as a bonus round can be. Going up against the rifles though in the hands of these Cloud9 players. There's opportunities to see if they can shut them down. Nice and early. Spread a fair, but now looking to potentially speed up with a no command. Flying forwards there. All indication they're going to be moving over towards David. The back for that box. We'll see if it's accounted for. Penny just drops Spike, but it's only to his knees, and there will be a res insight. Even one off onto the flank here. ISOs the fights nicely done. Cool calm and collected there. Brings it to that 3 versus 3 now for rest of Cloud9 to potentially start making movement over towards this side. A lot of noise being made, some util thrown out. Demon 1. Trying to see if he can again so and find these fights once more. Sato's coming up, just the 2 main players. Pre-fire, dink through the wall, a lot of damage done, and the util is going to really just push them out of the picture. There will be no fall for this one. Zeppa's going to just really hold it down. It's an easy task that's laid out in front of him here. So, despite all the dangers that LEV had, big tools, big weapons as well going into their bonus, it's navigated well by Cloud9.
It is. It's those 2 kills actually from Demon 1. Sub-player coming in.
Hello.
Just
Spot the difference.
Diabolical from you. Absolutely diabolical. These 2 kills, though, get the punish on Spike as he's rezzed. Nothing that Spike can do about it, obviously, but Demon 1 catching the perfect timing around the backstab. And fairly easily winning the duel against, I think it was King. LEV looking clean in terms of their training and spacing. Oh my goodness. They're going to send it through that stun.
Cursed them in real time there. Not much you can do, though, if you are Sato.
I'm not a big fan of teams trying to force the A fight on the attack side through that Astra setup. We've seen a few teams go for it. Furia actually were really hard forcing it in their game against Crew as well.
Kind of brute force it.
It's really difficult. It favors the defenders so heavily.
I'm out of here.
Heavy premium being placed over that area of the map. Information, grabs you the orb too. Chance to deny it away from the attackers. Blow's just looking to potentially condition clear away. I mean, the drone does make it feel like, okay, well, potentially they're scaling off the back of this. It has pulled a few players, rotations.
Especially because Penny is just jiggle peeking all the way deep into A main. And so he's fairly confident that LEV are not ending A. But when you look at LEV's positioning, because they control the whole of the middle of the map, they really could end A. It would just be through that art connector.
Yeah.
Looks like that's not where King's sending the troops, though. He's going into a stacked B site. Because he's a fan of where Blows has pushed all the way up to.
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left.
Cloud9 do have the stack of bodies in the right place here. Nice and flying. Jiggle lucky to be alive there from that shot. King's really stepping up, but will be sat down again, Vic. Nice reposition.
Beautiful flash from Zelsis as well.
Yeah, good supportive util. Certain themselves onto all the angles here. And for PXS and Spikes in, not much you can do from a spot like this.
10 seconds
Cloud9
left.
bringing it even, 2-2.
Pure save situation here. Spike completely dropped down. King, I think, making the wrong read there in terms of where he should be ending was, you know, it's a difficult situation because you don't control any of A main. But after you've droned and made so much noise over towards B, and you've made it feel like you're going in that direction, yeah, it might be the path of least resistance, but there's going to be stacked bodies over there, especially after the opening engagement just went so decisively the way of Cloud9.
Yeah.
But credit to Cloud9.
Nice job, guys. Really nice job. Good job. Good
Funneling people in that direction.
Kind of focused. Well honed today. A lot to play for themselves.
Yeah, in a difficult situation too. I mean,
yeah,
beginning of the year and you're playing with a different team and a lot on your mind.
Flash will connect there on Penny. It's going to be overwhelmed, at least by the Leviathan players. You find a bit of an opening here, despite the fact that they weren't really working with too much. They'll be able to reclaim one of the guns. There it is.
Chamber v Chamber on the other side of the map, by the way, towards B. But like I said, PXS is a very passive Chamber player. He's just been holding these angles. This is very similar to what he was doing against Cryo on 100 Thieves too. And if you don't walk into him, he's not controlling very much space. But he is ready for the punish if you get overly aggressive, and so that's something that Demon 1 will have to be aware of.
Just holding for that walkout. Confidence abound here for Demon 1. He's headhunter bullets out when he's got a rifle. Really just wants that one tap and back away, I think. Thrown out. Breaks it and disrespects it too, so he's not actually going to be slipping away, but really getting the most out of a situation like that, forcing LEV. There's all sorts of util just pushing back and away, and now the rumble of the footsteps signals all here, especially with those ults going to be combined up. Conversion paths and a pathing now into the site. Demon 1 trying to pocket to play in, but blows. Yeah, there's aim well trained. That is a hell of a shot.
And this time, Cloud9 didn't have that information over towards A main, so they didn't have the stack in the right place and forced the retake. It's tough even though they've got decent weapons.
Some damage done to a couple of the LEV players, knocked around with King and blows being low as they are, but like you said, it's still an uphill climb in a battle. Zeppa though, that's a cracking shot. Hitting Access going to be taken out there. And Util Zephyr! He's taken over. Ult earned up, and he wants to let that one rip the Armageddon. Trying to force the issue with these fights, but just backs it, sidesteps it. Kings and Blows are low, though, and they do not have the rifles to play with. Util sure to at least pull a couple of seconds out of him, but Zels is going to be sticking out, trust in his teammates to do the job. And an ace for Zephyr! He comes alive!
Where did that come from? That's astonishing stuff from Zephyr.
Incredible Util usage as well, though.
I think the stun, though, only landed onto a single player in back halls. I don't know if it caught onto both of them.
Watch it again.
I think he just hit a straight-up duel.
Both.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Really good.
That is nasty business by Zephyr, man.
The combo with Zelz's fragment grenade.
Wait, Vic.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Coming alive. Maybe, I don't know, because he's playing with Demon 1, he feels like he's playing like against NRG somehow. There's some connection here. I don't know.
Good. Keep cooking.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you. Nice smiley face.
He's had a decent beginning, though, to years ever.
Ooh, yeah.
Demon 1's very happy to take angles like
It's
that.
like he's never left, really, in the flash overhead. Supportive Util is good. It goes both ways, though. Demon 1 postured off the line. Vic trying to supplement and help out. Star, lay it down. Blows has found a perfect pocket to play in himself, but this is proactivity at its core. Cloud9 are not willing to let any stone be unturned. They want to see it all. They want to gather up as much space as possible.
Great flash there from Celsius as well. Supportive utility's been phenomenal on the KO. We've seen that set play from other people before, but LEV were not ready for it. I don't think we've seen it from Cloud9 as well. I think they've probably added that to their arsenal.
Yeah.
After seeing other teams run it.
They've had a while, right?
Yeah, yeah, they have.
To really prep for this match.
Well, I mean, so have LEV. LEV, one of those teams that when you lose early on, you get quite a break in this format.
Yeah.
Every time you lose, you just have to sit there and stew and wait to drop down a bracket.
It's a nice aspect, though, because the pressure as well is not quite at the peak. You know, as soon as you lose that first game, you're not in the lower bracket immediately.
30 seconds
where you're
left.
Fighting for your life.
It's true, but I think the pressure's starting to increase for quite a few of these squads. I mean, for whoever
in
ends
this
up,
match here, right? If you lose, it's, you're straight down to the bottom.
Yeah, and inevitably, there have to be a couple of teams that go 0-3. So one of these squads is going to be in that position where that's what they're fighting to avoid. Or I suppose would only be the case for 1 out of 2 of these teams if they were in that position.
Yeah. The time ticks down here. LEV forced to resort back to the saves again, but Cloud9 have shown some excellent additions to their overall game plans. Even with the late addition of Demon 1 and the roles being swapped around as they have. There's a supportive U2, we'll call it out with a flash and a peek. Very nice stuff. And that, we won't talk about the aim. Hey, listen, we won't talk about the aim.
I remember.
It's all about the flashes. The
perfect utility.
Supportive util.
And leg shots for days.
There.
Did the job here. It looks like another opted into the fight over towards A main, and this could get bloody very quickly. Let's see if there's any adjustments there. Stun to the back. That was at the back of the box. Was that the team stun?
I'm out of here.
Might have been.
Very close to getting a punish onto Penny, though. Just trying to spam through based on Sado taking that area.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, you know, Sado can dash through there and escape, but if you take all of that area for free, you don't mind it, but... Okay, this time, though, Sado survives, and Leviathan push back the defenders in that area, so Cloud9 are not going to have such great information.
Did have to use the drone to do it, though, and look at where Vic is.
Yeah.
Might not play a part into this round, because Lev look like they're moving over towards mid at least, but...
Well, if they do look to go towards mid, this is a nasty little trap setup.
You can afford to stack these bodies like this. Demon 1, making up with a shot, and a bait and switch. Zelsis looking to strike back blows! And Sato. They sit Penny and Zelsis straight back down again.
I think Zelsis probably have to be good for 2 there, but Demon 1 looking to clean up.
Maybe wants a few more as well. He's got that rifle, but his players up onto the top. Oh! This is a player hungry. Clans opportunities to shine all around. He's got the read.
Remind me again why he's not in tier 1.
Intangibles, man. He's always had the aim. It's never been in doubt.
I'm looking at a lot of tangible factors as to why you should have him.
Okay.
4 kills as Cloud9 get up to 5.
Locked in. Yeah, and that trap play, you know, the bait and switch didn't quite get the valid that Cloud9 were looking for necessarily, but Demon 1 steps up.
Yeah, he can swing back in after he takes the TP out. That kill. That kills Phil. And great awareness to figure out that the chamber's gone through the other side in the midst of all of that chaos.
Baby, let's go. Good.
Agile as anything. That has forced.
Recognizing, I think, from this timeout is that Cloud9 are getting very active in the middle of the map when they lose an extremity. So when you push them away from A main, they pick up art or, you know, maybe double doors, something like that. You've got to be worried about Demon One peeking early at double doors. The knife.
How'd that get broken?
Actually getting broken.
That was Vic, I think, as well. He's on that cool box angle.
That's nasty, actually.
Just spotted it out. I'm assuming it's Vic, but
no, it must have been
through, right?
I mean, unless Demon One can control that with his mind, like Matilda.
Yeah, it is. That's honestly perhaps a very crucial element to this round. We'll see how it plays out, but again.
I mean, the whole reason for that lineup is that you're supposed to not be able to break it very easily, or at all.
And you're supposed to. Oh my goodness, that is a bit of a misplay by PXS, but listen. Got to give credit to Team 1 again. This aim has been on point. Razor sharp.
It's a strange way to play it, though, rather than just trying to hold the angle and get the punish, but this time didn't have the option to feel confident.
Fear in their hearts. I mean, Demon 1 is striking it straight into them.
He's obliterating them. And they're getting so active as well, you know? He's changing up his positions.
Always moving around. Knife only to one tag here, gearing up for Leviathan, looking to salvage this operation as best as they can. They've got 3 players remaining, mid util to work with. Salvos will be committed. Zephyr position's forced, but no one really scales off the back of this. Choosing to break the knife, doesn't want to reveal his position. Is very conscious here by Zephyr. Penny, time being bought for him. Auto sound cues, he's lighting him up. From alternate angles, the rest of the Cloud9 is easy business.
Oh, this is looking dominant so far.
Real dominant.
And what a fantastic showcase. What a fun showcase of Demon One's skill. Back here again. Obviously, it's comfort territory. I was telling you at the beginning that he's played 145 maps total of Chamber. I mean, this is him. This is...
Nice, let's go, boys. Let's go.
Nice. Let's go. I'll play the round.
Okay, now Max.
Oh, Zels is drilling out instructions as to where he wants Demon One to play. Now, usually, if Demon One was integrated fully with this, I think it's normally the Chamber that would be saying, I want to play here, I want to play there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, mixing things up. But when it's C9's system, instructing Demon One on where to play and still finding this value, that's impressive.
Penny feels like he can't really square up to take this fight. Stingers being let loose to spoil the hand ever so slightly. Demon One is in a very sore spot here. Needs to aim well and aim true, and he's going to be able to do it with Zephyr at his back. They slam it straight in their faces.
A deadly duo for Cloud9.
They are looking
brilliant
cold.
out there.
Absolutely cold.
And I'm sure he's relishing the opportunity to have this kind of impact. It was an ignoble exit from Tier 1 Valorant. For a player who's managed to lift a trophy.
Boys, Max! You haven't skipped a beat, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's really true.
We've been seeing it.
Focus now.
He has been putting in a huge amount of effort to get back to this level as well.
Yeah, definitely. Not necessarily in terms of his individual skill, but qualities that, you know, I don't think about too often in pro plays. Flash in front of them for the peak on either side. They are hard crunching them. And this is a buy around for Leviathan. It's dismantled, it's diffused in a moment's notice. There's no time to catch a breath with your Leviathan. Every single thing that you try has been completely slapped down.
Credit to the coaches and credit to Zelsis as well for having so many different looks on defense. You can see the value here from all of the preset game plans and how Zelsis has jumped straight into them. Now, he's 4-2, but he's got 14 assists.
Yeah, I mean, that's absurd.
And those are not, you know, useless assists with the knife. Because sometimes KO players will have a huge amount of assists, and it's just because they tag people at 0 point. These are flash assists. These are kill assists in terms of confirming those frags for the rest of his team with flash players on the other side. Like, he's having insane impact.
Incredibly active, and it's forced left. Again, I mean, this is just a save. They're going to be looking for opportunities to get back in. I mean, the spike is in potentially retrievable location. The excess does nail the shot.
If C9 fight over it too much, there could be avenues back into this round.
Yeah, they are still pretty up here, but doubled up. And again, they've got their aim on the right lines for it 8-2.
Yeah, look at the scoreboard for some of these players. Yeah, we've been talking up Demon One a lot because he's obviously having a fantastic beginning, but Zephyr's right there as well. putting in astonishingly good rounds and being the rifle to back up the op in a lot of these spots.
Yeah.
And his Phantom has been like a laser beam. 13 kills for both of them with only 7 deaths added together.
I mean, we're on round 11. It feels like the only opportunity the LEV have had in a long while. They've got the ults online at this point, but it's taken them this long.
Let's play.
A lot of space being conceded this time around by Cloud9, not willing to fight over towards the A angle. Success. Also popped off here. Looking to utilize them to see if they can gain any sort of advantage, but they just give up the site.
One of the first times where LEV have found a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And they've just got in. They got the post plant down. There wasn't very much resistance. They avoided the trap.
Celsius, hot on the heels, is going to make his presence known. See that trademark, but Vietana just wandering into these sidelines. PXS is trying to make the most. That is a kill to be found. Cosmic Divide in your face. That salvo's at your feet. It is uncomfortable territory. Leviathan, they can't sit still. There's no safe place to hide and sit tight and try and bunker down and play this one into the post. It's Cloud9 are the ones forcing the issue. Blows has some util. This will have to be pulled out of a couple of tabs here, so there's still win cons available for Leviathan. Defuse now, and this will have to be stuck to half. Zephyr knows it, gives up his life for the cause, but potential win cons earned. The rest of his team now can get on board of it, and there's nothing to be done. They know exactly how to play this round out. PXS consolation prize might be able to keep this operator into the next, but damage is being done.
Celsius spent the majority of that retake just literally sat in art, making sure that PXS didn't have any opportunity to help. They just both stood there looking at each other while Zephyr was sticking the defuse.
See, if you're, see, you take over and kill him. Okay.
He's talking about that duel against PSX towards the end there. Applause from Imi in the booth.
I mean, it's incredibly clean stuff.
It really is.
You can see the work that's being put in.
Flash over the top again, but no mid-default this round for Leviathan. There are so many places, though, where you have to be worried about the trap. They also, though, have not seen Demon 1 over towards B.
Drone is down.
Insert of Sato implies that they're going to come back over towards B Link here, which is worrying.
And this is it. I mean, Demon 1, here's the drone. Needs to be broken for him. It's not going into the direction. Hopping around here. Penny breaks it. For Demon 1 to potentially get posted back up again. Many angles to account for, though, in a spot like this. As the rendezvous is back, let's see how sharp that aim is. Flash connects. We'll respect that util. Back. Instantly, the gap's being filled up again. As you can see, Zelsis just jump spotting, ensuring that they can't cross that boundary. Ult's now going to be utilized. Spikes. No command.
A fake, though. It's still going to go back in the B direction.
Yeah. Insert of Sato. We'll be looking to see if Sato can activate off the back of this, potentially off the sound cues. Take some space. It's not quite, though.
It's a beautifully called round by King, actually. It's taken until round 12 for him to be able to navigate something like this. Are they confident enough to commit? They've got the read. They've got the timing.
Yeah, this is really bad, though. A lot of util available to deny. Zephyr has 2 salvos and an ult here. Blows the plant. And there it is, denying it. 15 seconds left. Time is becoming a bit of an issue. There's the Armageddon. Caught into the corner. Just trying to play them all the way in. PXS gets his one. Celsius though leaping from the sky. And they're trying to deliver death from above. Blows getting a bit of body block going on. Sato couldn't quite get back to safety. And now Blows just forced to tuck Cower away. 2v2 though. And King on the flank surely has to activate in time. The rendezvous back. Demon 1's finished. Stars placed down. Time pressure though, not quite there. To tap a knife out, King wasn't ready for the fight. Zephyr! Dangerous game that he is playing here. Away, but my God, what a shot. It's just been disgusting from start to finish for Cloud9. And 10-2 is that scoreline that we're staring at.
That's an amazing pre-fire towards the end. And King having a chat with the rest of the team about what was going on there.
Wow.
But a pop off towards the end. You got to think when King just gets the freebie of Demon 1 landing in his lap. He's favored in that with a pull still in hand. But the rest of the team is amazed at how well Zephyr's been playing here. And Demon 1 too.
Yeah, locked in, driven Cloud9.
And we've seen them previously too. Especially in that game against Loud, if you think back. I mean, the game against NRG, they didn't get to play. That was not a match. You can't take anything away from that particularly. That was a tier gap.
Trap play here. Sato Recalls back over towards the pillar. Salva's at your feet though. He needs some help and bailout. There are teammates at his back. I was wondering what the play was, and they've just taken a lot of damage in the process. Salvo's dropped down, an instant response from Cloud9 and blows. Trying to back himself out. Still 3 versus 3.
Looking a little bit forced there from Sado. He realizes 8 rounds down, he's going to have to be the hero, but gets punished for trying to take too much onto his shoulders. They know that Demon 1 is down, which means that trip guard in the flank is gone. So King's got an opportunity here. He's not over pushing though.
He's just holding, so he knows they haven't exited.
Yeah, C9 cutting noise means that you should not be over flanking, because they'll be looking for that.
Yeah. But he's calling critical information here for the Leviathan players to stay grouped up, stacked up over towards B. Ready to receive. At some point, the action's going to be coming. Cloud9.
Locating
the drone is going to be using it now to try and get his team into it, but it's immediately broken at that.
30 seconds
remaining. The options are running dry. Come down to the raw aim, and that hasn't been missing so far, but a few shots in the dark doesn't go amiss. PXS catching onto Zelsis, dropping it down. Zeppa to the plant. Gets it online, an extension now into this one, but King rapidly approaching. He's going to be tip-tapping. Vic just turns it straight on him. Snapping around to the side. Now it's a 2v2. Before you know it, flows forwards, the recall star blooms and blossoms, opens it up into the angle, Zeppa damage done. Surely you can't end up doing this one. Hopping around and sound cues are made. Zeppa just trying to play his life, but they know how low he is. PXS been caught out to him, and that's why he's got a classic out. Full running and gunning on display, but he earns up that pistol round.
Hard clear in the corner as well. Figured out where Zeppa was playing there finally.
Gun here.
And so the Magic Man has been shut down for Cloud9. I was worried when King came around the flank and got dismantled so quickly though.
Yeah.
Vic shut that one down fast. There was danger there, even though Lev knew exactly where Zelsis was calling the finish to be. They're not usually going to be that predictable, I don't think. But Lev had the read. King did a good job just boxing them in.
The pistol rounds will be good for Lev. Can say that much. They were trying to drag this one back all the way. I mean, it has to begin with a pistol round. I feel like a broken record sometimes saying that, but here we go from Cloud9, making moves. Gliding to the side, the trademark triggered. Stopped and stunted, and it's put a bit of fear here into the step of Leviathan. They are going to be forced to go back to more passive positions to absorb, losing all that space towards connector. PXS even forced to drop off and away. No one is on the B long angle, but he's going to be watching this one.
Yeah, this setup is
good
still.
for it.
Yeah, this setup is still really clean. And PXS has got a chance of picking off 2 on the entry. Though if Penny can gap close, that shorty will do a lot.
Good stun as well. Does push him back and away for the time being, and does have his angles. Again, he knows them well. Plan will go down though, regardless of that for Cloud9, and there's a shorty in back hall. There's always danger in a spot like this. Leviathan gonna have to be clean for it. Smoke, hard committed, and this is difficult, honestly. It cuts up the angles and it makes these fights close quarter, which is exactly what Cloud9 are hoping for. Leviathan slowed down as a result of it. Nade, down at your feet. Salva's now forward, and had him with the flash as well. That is a big connection. A lot of these players blinded up, yet still it's the superior weaponry to save the day. Zeppa has a bit of stall. Double salvos. Time is ticking. It's ticking.
Really
it's ticking. A right click like that.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
There's no shot.
There's no chance.
I mean, we know they're slow, but you can't be losing around like that to the clock.
There's no chance.
Zeppa, perfect internal timer.
Wow. Okay.
Last player left. What is that technically? A 1v4? That might even be a technical 1v5. I wasn't paying attention to exactly how many people were alive there.
1v5.
1v5?
1v5, yeah. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Insane.
I got to give credit to Cloud9 as well, though.
It's not. Let's go, baby!
Yeah.
Fucking going!
Pulled out of nowhere. But they were doing a good job, I think, stalling out.
Oh,
Making it very tricky for Lev. It's tragic for them, though.
I mean, it's exactly the same thing that was happening to them, albeit a different mechanic, but the same thing that was happening to them against 100 Thieves. Win the pistol, lose the follow-up.
PX6 is going to be hearing a lot of these footsteps coming his way. The knife Side step. Hold on, he's up, out into the open. His rendezvous was in a completely different place. He's forced to play into this fight. Cloud9, they take it by storm.
He's so blind there as well. I'm not sure, but I think that was Spikescene's flash that came up and over the top. And it was just a mistiming on the peak.
Last player standing.
Setups all around here. This will be Cloud9 up to 12. They are...
Oh, they're blitzing.
Yeah, extremely determined. Leviathan, the same issues around. Job by Sado.
He's not going to get a 1v5. You
No.
you don't see two of those in the same day.
To be given a chance. The rare single dash. And just wants to reclaim the weapon and drift back away, hopefully saving it. For Cloud9 though, yeah, forcing the issue. But for Leviathan, I mean, this has been a recurring issue that we were, you know, it's not quite a narrative yet, but this cautious activity that LEV is just putting on display right against the Ecos. They don't want to let anything slip. They don't want to make mistakes. They don't want to lose, but then sometimes too much caution.
Yeah.
You play too slow. You give opportunities, you give win-cons to the opposition, which we saw.
To be honest, I don't think that was the biggest problem for them on their attack side. Here it is. Spike, flash, up over the top. Wow. Yeah, team blind. I mean, you know, on one side, that's a bit rough. That could have been an opportunity for PXS.
Yeah.
On the other side of things, he's their sub player. He's not going to have as much coordination. So, fair enough.
I can't fold him. Yeah, you can't really fold him.
That's what's happening here. You got two teams playing with a sub, C9 with even less time, and yet they're winning 12-3, so...
They're dominating, making people look like he's a permanent player onto this roster, and this is all in. Desperate gambit towards the tail end of this map. 2v3 still could be winnable for Leviathan.
The map simply isn't, though, is it?
No.
I mean, they're not going to run back 9 in a row with how they've been playing. C9 are very firmly in control. On their opponent's map pick as well, this is not something that we've been talking about too much, but this is LEV's pick. This is where LEV thought they had the best chance of winning this series. My God. C9 have manhandled them.
Yeah, level of focus.
One enemy remaining.
You know, Cloud9 sometimes, a team that let a couple of rounds slip, but this has been like a level of focus really that you expect from some of the very, very, very best. And that is a 13-3 finish to our opening map. Leviathan's map pick, worth saying, and we go on to Split as the next one, but Cloud9 are not messing around. They're not playing any games.
Them, and yet they got trounced out here. It was Zelsis calling a masterclass on the defense half, though. Now he's got to call some good rounds on the attack side. As we head into our pistol, and LEV were good on those.
Viper Ward to cut up towards B. Makes it awkward as well to try and anchor if you are King. It's the one way down. Look to hold his ground in a spot and position like this. The rest of Cloud9 are not far behind.
Well, the defensive setup looks good here from Leviathan. They've got Sado on a deep, Spikes on a deep line. Getting info at A. King knows it's coming in this direction.
Lots of players out. Doesn't let loose with the paranoia just yet. He's waiting for more signs of life, I think, with utility.
Yeah, the constant jump peeking there is really good for giving you information and knowing whether or not they're walking out behind that Viper wall. So Zelsis has got to adapt. You're pretty confident at this point that there's going to be a B stack, so you've got to go and spread those defenders out a little bit, which is his current goal. With 45 seconds on the clock, though, there's not a huge amount of time to work with.
No, there isn't. Cloud9 spent most of his time just kind of loitering around the main avenue. Now look to see if they can set their sights clearing a bit towards vents. All the sound cues are going to be heard.
30 seconds left.
Especially up on towards the ropes. PXS now potentially pressured. The ire of Cloud9 starts to go into his direction. Wants to try and remove that boom bomb, but there's a lot of util going to be waiting at his feet. The nade rebounding on top of it. Sado blind. Has to back up and away here, but he's being surrounded swiftly at that. The spike's going to be dropped down out into the open. Will need to be reclaimed here.
10 seconds left.
Defense in order. It has to be a safe plant.
There were 4 players ready to defend, and suddenly it was only Sado.
They're already swarming all the way out anyway. There's a lot of damage done, but not quite there with the kills. Still, as I say that, Cloud9, they leave it all into Vic's hands. Blows low enough, but a 2v1 to play into. LEV in a dominant position here to secure another pistol round win so far of the series, but you've got to convert past that point.
It's a big opener, though. I was worried about the defensive setup, to be honest with you, when Sado got paranoid and then just abandoned on site. Maybe he wasn't on the page. If there was a comm to evacuate and then fast retake in.
Yeah.
Everybody else on LEV understood the assignment and they were straight back in there. Sado's happy about it, though.
Definitely something to note, though, what you were talking about in terms of the defensive setups, because Leviathan, despite only having the one sub, they are mixing around 3 roles, right? The positions.
Yeah.
That's what they're playing.
Yeah.
Shadow, Spike, and Neon eventually. So it does change up a lot in terms of what you've actually drilled with Neon, who's waiting in the sidelines, waiting to play.
Yeah, for example, on this map, usually, Neon would be playing the Yoru, I think, and Shadow would be on the Waylay.
Yeah.
So things are definitely going to change.
A lot of orb farming going on here. Penny close to an ultimate here, being showered in lead. So that high ground blows, making it hurt, but
They really are giving Cloud9
a lot of
the
space.
Spike
Yeah.
plant.
every time, though.
It's like just some divine mandate is being issued for Leviathan to play as safe as possible and make no mistakes when they're playing against the Ecos. So, just spots the hand. That's all he needed, really. We expect a second player. Looks likely, yeah.
Good control from Sato there.
Yeah, very diligent. Demon one! Where's he pulled that one from? And guess what? There's more bullets waiting around the corner. Only so much you can do from a spot like that. Vic has been dropped down very, very low, and need a bit of luck himself to really make a go of things here. But that's a damaging eco, isn't it?
Certainly is. They keep a couple of weapons out the end of it, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. There's the guy that's done the damage to them, Demon 1. What a story for Demon 1 as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Resurgence back here, back with a vengeance, playing against the team that he was most recently with in Tier 1. You couldn't get a more different scenario, right? Because the last time that he was with LEV, they went 1-4.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was coming off the back of that NRG team that flopped previously as well.
King
playing with
breaking the
camera.
4th wall, yeah. Finally. Secured a round 2 after winning a pistol.
Demon 1 gave him a scare as well.
Yeah. Certainly did here. Aggro.
Whoa, double TP's in.
Really aggro stuff on us. There's a lot of damage through the wall and into the judge, who played directly into King's palm.
Those Omen metagames over towards B main. And Zelsis looking to take contact here.
Yeah.
Poison's off.
Orbs up, realizes that he needs to take space on this side of the map if they're going to have any success. And Blows only has a Sheriff, so Zelsis might be good for it here.
But still, dire situation. Cloud9 to be playing into, especially against the Eco.
Yeah, you don't want to be losing a bonus.
No. Though he'll be very happy as well, especially if this outcome goes the way that I think it will. And yep, Spike with a
Down
bucky.
A.
Just showcasing really just how busted it really is. I mean, had the ability to go back there, but just chose to play his life into it regardless. And that's cleaned up by Leviathan, acquiring a couple of upgrades in the process. Bonus round conversion, it does bode very well.
It certainly does, and they won the round essentially by going 5v3 up in that clash over towards B main, didn't they? Both Omens going for the TP play, I think. Although Vic might have TP'd back out. Maybe I've misunderstood what was going on there, but either way, plenty of times the defend and the attacking Omen are going to be TPing in B main to try to break crossfires that might be set up. And King there getting a huge reward out the back of it.
Bring them down.
Zelsis in this round, the only player with a stinger, but you've got to imagine Demon 1's Headhunter more likely to get things done. But my eyes are on Zelsis, because if he gets one here, it would be his 2,000th kill in Americas.
There you go. 10-year player. Been around the block, Zelsis. See what he can get done here as well from his perspective. There's a lot of shots raining down.
I feel like running and gunning with the stinger would be such an iconic way for Zelsis to get his 2,000.
Yeah, it
I'm
definitely
rooting for
would.
it. I honestly am. I'm rooting for it.
Let's see if that one happens.
Yeah, especially if there's a bunch of leg shots involved.
Spike. Passive position, he gives a lot of space up to Cloud9 playing this spot. He's got potentially there. Just see him with a shoulder peek, and Spike is position potentially just expected by Cloud9, knowing this one's Zelsis as well, waiting in the wings to really activate and light him. Oh, Demon 1 stole it!
Stole it!
Still, Showstopper's going to be clearing out the path and making sure that nobody plays into that one. Lev just essentially empty out. Demon 1 still onto the high ground. Going to be retreating back now with that TP. Rendezvous to safety. Zephyr's then ready to punish. And just like that, doesn't matter about the weaker weaponry.
No.
Cloud9 back in.
It's a nightmare round for Leviathan. It really is.
Give it to Zelsis.
Dead.
Oh, Sato.
Possible.
Hold on. We're all up in heaven right now here. No one playing actually tucked towards the site. And it's planted for Yeah, default. Okay, they do clean it up. There was possibilities for Sato. Wasn't planning for heaven like they were making out to be.
I'm thinking back to what's gone wrong in that round, and it reminds me of quite a lot of the defensive setups as well, over towards, or even the post-plant setups, actually, on Pearl. It's too passive in my opinion.
Yeah, it's too passive. I remember calling it out when we were casting Lev last time, when
Yeah.
Spike was on that spot against an eco.
And I think part of it is because they have PXS in as well, who is naturally like a very safe player, I think, and likes to hold those passive spots. But some of it might be the owner effect as well, where it's about minimizing mistakes. When I was watching LEV in the off-season, they were much more aggressive, much more confident, and I like that version of them. I hope when Neon comes back, we get that, but I'd like to see flashes of it here. And there you go.
That's how it happens!
That's the 2000th kill. Spikezine jumps in, trying to give Zelsis a kiss, I think.
Shut down, there it is. Confirmation.
That's the 2000th kill for Zelsis in VCT Americas.
2001, not quite. It's Penny, just a little bit of sidestepping. King is going to be brought down anyway. Forced to spectate now and help his team with the calls, but Sato's on a bloody island, isn't he? Look at this. Forced to dominate the position over towards B main. He does have a gate crash to get the hell out. He's hoping for just the one, but
they're playing with it. I mean, they know exactly that Sato is going to be on that line, and he's just jiggle peeking, shoulder peeking.
This reads like Cloud9 have done a lot of VOD reviews, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, they're completely
very aware
over
of where Spike's position was, where Sato's going to be playing, where the defensive setups are for Lev. They're very, very aware right now.
I think also you've got to point out that what Spike went for, as much as we were looking at it from Zelsis' POV and, you know, congratulating him on a 2000s kill, that one landed in his lap. You know, the idea for Spike there, you do as a Waylay sometimes want to be putting pressure and trying to punish the Viper that you know is going to be looking for those A-lurks. And so dashing onto their head and going for either a shorty kill or more likely a saturate for your Fade to follow up on. Yeah, that's sensible, but the actual execution of it, not there. And maybe, again, that is because Sato is going to be the Waylay player. So maybe it's just a lack of experience for Spike.
Sure. See that one again? Wow, okay. Call it skill, call it luck. What do you want to say?
Well, my question is, where is the saturate?
Yeah, where's the setup for it as well? I mean, it's...
He's pulling out a rifle at the end there.
It's coming out of nowhere.
It's weird.
Yep.
It's definitely weird.
Cloud9 have been given ins. It was looking poor for a short while, Leviathan converting the bonus and all, but now Cloud9 have just essentially dragged it quite even. They've got business booming essentially as well, with tons of money to work with and play with, the deeper this half goes.
Oh, yeah. If Demon One gets a kill, or even with his death, he'll have the tour de force, but obviously not for this round.
Yeah, this one plays out. Demon One down. Locks it. Okay, Penny's an instant answer back, so it's evened it into a 4v4. And a bit of rapid takeover when it comes to Vent's control. Now towards Heaven. Back out and away again, just making sure to sow a bit of discord into Leviathan's minds.
4v4 with Sato controlling information over towards the B line, but it's really far sat back. Okay, Lev, double up. Blows and Spike looking for information on this side of the map.
Yeah, just trying to make a play. Zeppa's just chopped them down.
He's untouchable today, Zeppa.
And it's not just that. I mean, Sato had a gate crash to respawn over towards A. It expired directly at that time. Everything has gone wrong for Lev.
And perfectly for Cloud9. I mean, today has just been perfection from C9.
Yeah.
It's mad to say. But Zeppa, how often do you see somebody with an ace and a 1v5 eco clutch in a single map?
It doesn't
almost
happen
never.
Ever. Yeah.
And then he's pulling out stuff like this on map 2 as well. Looking electric. For anyone who might be new to VCT Americas this year, the Zeppa line is normally discussed as like being total average across the end of the year. He has his highs, he has his lows for sure, but you could normally rely on him putting up a very solid average performance. And this year he's been way better. Obviously we haven't seen too much of him, and the NRG performance he had didn't necessarily translate into too much, but it has been really strong.
Yeah, today you're getting his best.
Yeah.
Still calming as well in those calmer moments, not letting a single opportunity slip away here. That's nice stuff, yeah, just takes the fight as that smoke blooms. So PXS potentially just also trying to take a similar timing. Just look at the way that went.
I mean, the first bullet, your player's ability to execute it might be
For
worse.
sure, but what do you do about practice? Are you practicing with PXS? Are you practicing with Neon? What
Well,
are you
that's a great
prioritizing?
question. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know either, but I imagine they are being pulled in two different directions.
You want to play,
How they
let's
want to
play.
get wins right now.
For sure. In fact, that'd be something I'd love to know. I don't even know whether we're going to get a chance, actually, though, to talk to them again. Because looking at the moment like Cloud9 are all over this one. I know the scoreline says it's even, but C9, with the last 3 rounds in a row, have proven to have a great understanding of where LEV are going to be playing around the map. And look at the lines that LEV are on to start this round. They are really deep, very far back positions.
Really passive. I mean, Spike is so far back in A heaven. They're very worried about that early presence and pressure. They're sending in a bit of that util in the mid round. Saddle also locking down one of the lines.
You're also not going to want to jiggle peek this for info because you're so worried about Demon 1. He's been lightning fast on the reactions today.
Blood Force has pulled out. He's made that one no.
PXX mistimed one of the smokes in the previous round, and that's how he ended up dying.
Team Photo doesn't have a snake bite to try and slow this one down, so he's very much on his own, essentially. Might have some help from his teammates. Cloud9 take it so slowly.
He's given them everything here.
Yeah. They're happy to contact all the way up because they know that the
30
space is
seconds
given up on the land. And nade rebound, dropping down to the floor,
Spike
and the nade will
down,
do it.
B.
Post mortem, not quite. Penny's still alive and active into this fight.
Portal
Sato, though,
closed.
feeling that pressure. It's mounting on multiple avenues, and even feeling like he has to use that dimensional drift here. Players have dropped down, and where is the answer? Leviathan running full footsteps, and the guys are well trained. Ready in the end with Penny being dropped down. Ults on ults. To pit drop down. Sato's beamed
Good
from the
cover.
back line. It is good coverage as well. Make sure that that pit comes down without a hit.
Remaining.
Spike! Double dash over. He's going to, just essentially take the head clean off Demon 1. Zelsis has got it all to do now. In a spot like this, in a 1v2, bring around the Rosies. Looking for these players, the decay damage kicking in, and this pit isn't dropping anytime soon. He spotted it, at least that they are off of it, but it's being covered by PXS, so they know exactly how Zelsis wanted to play it.
Yeah, leaving the pit there the second time forces you to have to re-enter it. Makes it really difficult to win that clutch.
Wait for this.
A recovery in that round from Leviathan, but
Yeah.
really uncomfortable, I would say.
It was,
Still
right?
Very
Like
uncomfortable.
Sato didn't know whether to disengage or what.
No,
Had to
and
use the ult to try and get out, but he didn't know if he wanted to play himself in.
King got jumped on. I think you're really seeing in this game how uncomfortable PXS is in some of these spots that he's been asked to play in. And, credit to him, like, he is having to fill in this situation, but they don't seem to have plans to disrupt Cloud9 around the map at all. It is a little too easy for C9 to take all of this
Isolate and
space.
exterminate.
And you're asking a lot of players like Spike towards the end, for example, to make a hero play and win you around. Sato's got the operator posted in a different area of the map now, so he's looking to play over towards A ramp. Might require a bit of help from blows with a prowler or two to dodge some of that utility as it goes up and down in his face. The Viper Orb, that is. Yeah, there's the Haunt, which lets him know that nobody's playing aggressively. Does the dog seek out this op?
Or might be the sending one back up onto that line. It's been spammed down. Spotted him. It's not broken in time. There's a bit of spam onto the main angle. Sato is forced back and away. And Demon 1, look at this. Rapid onto the line. King, though, might be in a bit of hurt because, again, he hasn't been watching this one. The timing taken as that smoke is there. He's just trying to cut them all down and swaves. That's that rifle aim. A lot of damage done to Cloud9 here. They find themselves pushed into a bit of a corner.
Really nice tech from King as well. He throws the smoke, and as it drifts down to the floor, he can see all of the feet, realizes there's 3 of them there.
They're not done yet, though. Cloud9 are encroaching upon the territory. King backs himself out in time, though, but Spike has been left alone to his devices up towards Evan. His Snakebiter recoils and ricochets back around. It makes it really awkward for King to try and win that fight. Demon 1 trying to slip the net. It is found out by PXS, so 3v3 still. Chances, opportunities, especially with this planned position. And needs to fight tooth and nail to try and get these players out wide and open. But Vic and Zelsis are happy for it. Willing to square up, willing to tackle it head on.
Zelsis has eaten them up in this round. He hasn't taken a point of damage. I mean, maybe he got healed. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure everyone was whiffing on the guy.
Yeah.
He was ducking, bobbing and weaving between the bullets and just ended up in a situation where he could pick off 2 really important kills. The LEV roster is very skilled. But I have to say that without too much evidence on show during rounds like that, they do look out of sorts today.
They do. Individually, we know these players can pop.
Vic?
What happened there?
Not sure.
Just going down to the spine, okay. Yeah, Zelsis is just a menace here.
Yeah, and no point of damage taken in both of those duels. Plus Sato on a really unusual angle. I mean, Ona looks visibly frustrated. And these are chances that LEV probably cannot afford to give up.
4-4 with LEV getting a pistol and a bonus conversion is just, it's, as much as it is even, LEV have not been winning out here.
No, and when you consider that all they did was win the pistol on Pearl, it is actually fairly similar right now. C9 fully in control, definitely looking like the better team.
It might feel like we're being too harsh for Leviathan, but they had a team that have had most time. You think about Cloud9's situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Very last minute for them, bringing one in, so we're expecting Leviathan to be the more dominant team in this fight.
Not sure what was spotted there. There might have been a flash of Zelsis.
Toxin screen down.
A lot of space in the process and just walking up. I mean, the silent gameplay that's on order here by Cloud9 is rinsing Leviathan. Taking these raw fights as well as that wall's up, seeing if they can catch the players onto the cross.
I'm worried about the gate crash. Okay, taken. Sato reinforcing the B side of the map, which is necessary. Though King's got a lot of space here, would dominate B main.
It's very aggro positioning from him. Spike might get a chance here soon enough. Silent drop down perhaps? Oh, they don't suspect it.
Back's
I mean, he's expecting there to be noise. This is...
30 seconds left.
There's significant gaps in the default right now for LEV.
Oh, yeah. It's
tragic.
It is, yeah.
Last
really
player
rough to watch.
standing.
Sato's going to try and equalize. This is desperation if throwing anything at the wall and seeing what sticks. I mean,
planted.
you got to call it out. LEV have had time here. This isn't just them playing last minute.
No.
They've known what their situation was for a long time now. They've had time to prep for a game like this, but they are looking lost.
And again, the qualifiers to this kind of critique is that the players are on unfamiliar roles. Normally when they play this, it's going to be Spike picking up, I think in this comp, it would be Spike picking up the Viper, and then Sato picks up the Waylay, and Neon picks up the Yoru. So there are 3 complete changes. But at the same time, it's like, it's rough that LEV don't even seem to have a semblance of what their defense side is supposed to look like. There's so many gaps here. It is concerning. You know, you look at this team and how well, dude, they dominated the tournament they played in the offseason.
Right.
It was exciting to watch. A lot of people putting them towards the top in terms of expectations. Once Neon comes in, mind you, but they're also looking, as a LATAM team, to go towards Santiago. An event happening in Chile.
Good job, guys. I'm not angry, okay? Let's go.
That's the leadership I need right there.
Well, I'm glad they're not angry on that side, because I think frustration's building on the defense. But yeah, looking towards Santiago, a potential opportunity. If they could have kept, you know, a couple of chances, stayed in the middle bracket, let's say, with Neon coming back, that's exactly what they're looking for, but they'll have to play a lot better than this.
Fake presence at the B main. The goal is to try and pull Util out of Cloud9, but they're just disrespecting it. They're running them down right now. Trailblazer sets it forward. Sato was in a prime position, just can't quite land that second one well. Going down alongside King as the B site cracked wide open. Penny with an ult as well to his name. He can afford himself to play a little bit more aggro.
Bring them
LEV on the weak goodbye, so risky business. Double dash in. Penny though got his eyes on it, and he is just feasting right now, absorbing up all the eco kills. PXS, you poor soul.
He's just looking for a lurk player, hoping that somebody like Zelsis or Demon 1 would end up in his lap. But at this point,
it feels sad to watch, I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'll tell you what, you flip it on its head and you look from the perspective of the other team.
Positives?
Yeah, well, C9, everything that we're talking about with LEV, as in it's concerning that even with the switch-ups, they don't seem to have an idea about how their team should be playing, like what the vision is. Plato's ideal form of the Leviathan defense. They don't seem to have that vision. With C9, they do. Like the coach, Imi and Zelsis together have got such a clear vision of how Cloud9 want to play that even with Penny picking up the primary duelist and Demon 1 coming in, their execution of it is still crystal clear.
Yeah.
You can tell exactly what they're going for in all of these rounds, and I think that is mightily impressive. And a good sign for them, that they've got such a distilled idea of themselves.
Yeah. Core ideology of how they want to play Valorant, it carries forwards even if they have a few changes mixed in, right?
And that's
I think
what
that is really
you're hoping
promising.
for on the other side, but it's great to see it from Cloud9.
Yeah.
And the integration of Demon 1 and the way that they're so fluid in the comms, as we heard from Ender, yeah, it's just a great sign.
Feasting right now. They've got ults to spend here. King has just been in this position all day long. Not much you can do from a spot like this, though. Gotta respect it. TP back to CT. Just going somewhere though, and it might just find a target. That's a lot of damage. PXS is like, where the hell did that come from? What did I do to you? Full retake though, 5v5, and that was just forcing the issue essentially as a result of that showstopper. Cloud9 are in prime positions as a result of it. The util's going to be sent out anyway. Abounds. See if they can hunt for these kills. Guns are poking out and potentially spoiling the picture of this one, and the trades are actually on top of it. Leviathan, good chance for them. But did he anticipate this? Zelsis from the high ground, and it's a position that is planted for him. Sidestep, dodging it, but he steps back into the seas anyway, and he doesn't have the sandwiches to work with. Quick tap, just trying to force him off the line. Blows, difficult spot to be placed into, but half-earned anyway. It gives him wing cons, just needs to land a shot. Zelsis!
I think he's got
time! Blows has just about managed it.
God, that's a crazy one.
Oh.
Zelsis did his absolute best in terms of jiggling there, throwing in a couple of shoulder peeks, trying to pull Blows off it. Incredible from Blows that he had the confidence to simply stick half.
Yeah.
Because Zelsis was shooting at him, jiggling him, wall bang spamming him, and yet Blows knew that his only way of winning that was to stick to half. So difficult, honestly, to play to your outs in that kind of situation because everything is screaming, you've got to take the fight.
Yeah. Credit to LEV too. Very difficult to be winning an out in a spot like that. 5v5 full retake.
Best round we've seen from them, yeah, I think.
Got to see a bit more of it now. Moving forwards, Vic, this is going to be causing a couple of issues again to these B-side players. They are being squeezed constantly. King again forced to retreat back up towards heaven.
Yeah, just giving up the
Similar
site every
tail,
time.
isn't it? See the dimensional drift. Sato wants to potentially lead the charge forward on a bit of a ping out to where the player positions are, but a pit again complicates things. Double dash into the fight. Forward approach. TP back and away. There's a lot of players in through main. A flash will deny you a lot of that space as well. Perfect placement and playing off the back of it. Cloud9 are just ready to strike when the moments are right. Zephyr, all of them just collecting up the kills across the board. 7-5, Cloud9. They're putting on, dare I say, a masterclass still. Leviathan, they do bring it to 5 rounds, so they bought themselves some breathing room, a bit of buffer there, but it took a lot for them to do it.
The scoreline makes this game look closer than it is, though. C9 have been very much in control. They lost 3 rounds early on in the half, but generally, taking all of this space on site, pit down, easy for them. And the defense side was where Zelsis and Demon 1 in particular were flourishing on Pearl.
And we got to see that punch back from Leviathan. We got to see them take this advantage all the way to bring us to that map 3.
Push them off the original line. There is a chance with a double duelist comp that you can get the punish on them. We've seen that be the way that it played out in Americas in previous years when this was tried by a couple of teams on split.
Let's see it begin. That's 4 sheriffs by Leviathan. By the way, utility optional. We're just going to shoot you.
They were doing a lot of this on pistol rounds before, and their win rate on pistols has been really good. That has not been a problem for them.
Getting similar beginnings, but that is great timing to be taken. Off the back of your own orb going down, 4 players facing you.
That's a nice play. That's one that Zelsis used to like to run on Sentinels last year.
Looking to potentially speed it up in a different direction, but again, because that play was made in mid, Cloud9 are given options in terms of where they can pivot quite quickly, so King calling the cancel. Spike has been played in, he's got a lot of space.
Spike has an insane amount of space, but you know that that's where the stack, generally speaking, is. PXS using all of this space on A to go and break a trademark, but that's not done much.
King, yeah, he's watching the right angles for that one. When Zelsis goes walkabouts and punished for it, 4v4 now.
Yeah, well now Cloud9 are lost. They have no idea which part of the map it's going to. It could be either. You just saw King in market, but you also just saw a trip get broken over on the A side. You really don't have a clue.
Pushed and pulled. It's going to be hurt, though, by Demon 1, I believe. Yep,
Spike
going
planted.
down. Cloud9 starts scurrying back into positions. Could be difficult for them, but they do have a lot of util. Vic, the paranoia nades makes it simple.
Oh.
Okay, blows. No laser.
A danger player down very early on.
Yeah. Has spotted out a couple of these players as well, so that paranoia connects. Spike is under an immense amount of heat now and is being turned up rapidly. Cloud9, Cloud9! Running over them, the nade rebounds, and it has forced the positioning. Blows, there's only so many angles and positions you can play for. Half onto the defuse. 2 bullets left though. And this is going to be forcing him way out wide when he hears that one. Higher pitch in terms of the tap onto that spike. Penny activates.
What a retake from Cloud9. Straight back in. Massive player disadvantage too. Shrug it off.
Yeah.
No worries. Whole map control given over. Both of these teams actually so far, giving the attackers tons of space to play with. But they dominated with the ghosts on the way back in. Real clean shots, and Zelsis is amped about the way that they're playing today.
Yeah.
Feels like they got a date with Envy in that middle bracket.
There's something a little bit more driving Cloud9 this time around in this specific game.
Cloud9 versus Rossi would be a very fun one.
Oh yeah. So Penny is really being overwhelmed in the spotlight now. Still managed to get 2. Difficult spot. Hands over a weapon into the hands of King. Sidestep of the seas. Zelsis still maintaining the ground, and that's a spike drop down in your lap.
B.
King barely any health to work with.
I have the spike.
Difficulties here. Not likely. Zelsis, quick mop up of the round there. 9-5 now being that scoreline. Cloud9, the one win cons that were really going for Leviathan have been stolen away now. We have to see if they can improve the rifle rounds.
I'm interested also, though, to see what kind of variation in defensive setups we get from Cloud9. That was one of the things that was most interesting about Pro.
They've been hyperactive in terms of the way that they were maneuvering.
I don't think there's as many ways that you can change around. I mean, Demon 1's position is the biggest one that you change around on the defense side.
Well, you can do some cheeky stuff. You can put it into some corners up towards B heaven and play into mid vents, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some unique stuff you can do.
They've already shown us the, you know, drop Viper Orb in mid play, which I think is a nice change up.
It does require a lot of foresight, though, in terms of thinking ahead with your setup, so. Cloud9, I'll just keep it simple. 1! Okay, 3 shots, just layering it down on top of them, and Zephyr happy to help out there. With Penny going down, it was the bait and switch angle. A-main's going to be cleared up, there's a potential for the punish, but the saturate just misses going wide, and this is really disjointed.
I'm surprised the saturate missed, though. I mean, Zelsis dodged that one, just.
Barely.
Blows is stuck in mid with the spike.
It's really awkward, especially so, but he's caught them just retreating. Cloud9 pulling back and away.
Yeah, they pulled their attention off mid for just a moment.
King.
And Vic was not there to back anybody up. King's going walkabouts.
Yeah.
He feels like he has to make a play in a 2v3. To be honest, if he just secured this space, I think they're
30 seconds left.
All rotated around each other.
Cloud9 is so proactive on their defense.
This is crazy decision making. I mean, King is going to put all that space up. He was hoping to find a kill potentially.
Lowe's is planting for Cloud9.
For Cloud9. Not aware of the fact that they've already made the moves around here. Lowe's can't manage it. Had his aim at least onto the angle, but crouched up Vic just claims the kill anyway, and now it's left into the Palmer King's hands. He's got to do it all from a spot like this, and a 1v3 has to be monstrous, but he's already off to the worst beginnings. Flash, drop down onto the low ground. That potentially might be heard out by them. Cloud9 encroaching now, making sure they've got that pack mentality, taking the fights together, ensuring that they've got that discipline. King's trying to maneuver around, ISOing fights onto the 1v1, potentially there for it. Demon 1 rapidly out of nowhere. Make sure that there's safety in numbers, and Cloud9 secure up that 10th round.
Good trade from Demon 1, but also nice movement from Vic to make sure that he was jiggling, freezing King's position, and then only swinging when Demon 1 was ready to trade. Because Demon 1 was late coming back in through rafters there. Bit of a scrappy situation. Almost allowed something to disappear, but also really unexpected in terms of that double push out through mid. Lev had no idea what was going on. They're always one step ahead, it feels, Cloud9, even in the chaos. They've got the play that's going to win them the round.
Yeah, always making the right decision.
Now, it was 3 rounds on defense and then an enormous response from C9. That's not where King was aiming to go.
Yeah.
But whatever. Not punished. I just don't see it happening the other way around.
No. For LEV, it's just an uphill climb. Bloody struggle for them. Just wandering into the fights here, but listen, the weaponry is good for it. Zelsis and Demon 1 lock it down. PXS taking the upgrade. He heard the ropes. There was action up towards it. So, okay, that's good. Instinctual stuff from him. And King is starting to mop up a couple of these players on the other side of the map here. This is getting awkward now for Cloud9. Especially so with that TP deep into enemy territory. King absorbing up a lot of space, and Zephyr.
I mean, Zephyr might be thinking that it's going over towards B, to be honest with you.
It's miles away.
Well, there was an Omen TP in the middle of all of this, so you are really worrying.
Yeah.
Where on earth have LEV gone? So another weird situation, a little bit like the previous round, where LEV are going to be able to get a plant, but they're getting surrounded on all sides by C9. This time, though, numbers even at 2v2.
Last player
That's how
standing.
King is. Good movement as well. Wayward with it, so King makes it nice and awkward to take that engagement. It's the 1v2 and double face. This is discipline rearing his head. So Leviathan are actually getting things into order. Feels scrappy at times, but a few more rounds like that, potential is there.
They got a couple of really big picks in the midst of all of that, too. The spam onto Zelsis through in heaven was a big difference maker. That opened up the A site for them, because otherwise, constantly worried about where that Viper would be. Yeah, so they're clawing back in here. One of the other things that we haven't mentioned too much as well is that King is calling in Portuguese. Right. Oh, here we go. Big fight.
Yeah, hello, big fight. Yeah, with a showstopper moving forwards. Oh, that's so many bodies! Plenty more as well, waiting around the corner. It's a nade to try and push them back and away. Off for now. Cloud9 looking to put a crunch onto Leviathan.
Demon 1 can stick around in this position because he's got that TP to send him back into B heaven.
Extremely deep with the rendezvous.
Any of these deep market positions are so tough to clear. And you just don't expect the chamber to be there.
Yeah.
It's a really nice extra layer to that push. Although he is playing it safer than he could do.
Yeah, I think just trying to play a bit of a bait and switch so Penny is tucked on the corner. He has retreated now. Penny is still in this forward approach. This is a low and blows here moving forwards, but the crosshair placement's good. And luckily, no players active enough to try and trade him out. Otherwise, that would have been the spike drop down for them.
They were worried about the A ramp push.
Yeah.
Look at the way Demon 1 is checking his own vent.
Nightfall, though, scatters up. They're trying to obfuscate Fake, potentially. I mean, they got a potentially a tag or two. I'm not sure what the call is right now for LEV.
These rounds have been very strange.
left.
Using util, using ults, but not committing to anything. But you only have 25 seconds left.
Normally, Cloud9 are pretty good about regaining information in areas that they've lost. Well, they've lost the whole of A ramp, A heaven, vents. Demon 1
not
though
aware.
finds the pick onto Sado.
Just not aware where these players could be here. I was thinking there still could be a win con here for LEV as long as they play together, but
Spike planted.
whistling down these lone players, and it's a plant not for main.
How disciplined can the LEV players be? Playing off each other won them the previous round,
Yeah.
but they're very split up currently.
King refreshing these smokes, renewing them now. He has to be the playmaker, the most forward position for his team to do some significant damage. Flash avoided. This player's already dropping down behind though. Zephyr is cleaned up quickly. 2v2. Zelsis and Demon 1 looking to take this one now together, almost hand in hand. Snake bite. It's good, but again, it's not really planned for players in positions like this. Blows forwards there with that horn. Jump down.
Remaining.
Clean with the movement, and now no time at all. That circle shrinks on the spike, so there's another one round out here for LEV. Keep it going, one round at a time. No guns intact, but I'm not sure the money situation's looking like. We'll get a glimpse of it soon.
This round, I think Cloud9 really lacked that proactivity that we were talking about being such a strength for them. They went for the early round deep push, but once they'd lost a ramp information, they had no play to actually regain any semblance of control, presence, info in that area of the map. And King is playing this slow, contacty style, a little bit like how Cloud9 were on their attack side, actually. Main early.
Another peek in B main, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
King, though, with that teleport over and across, would make it tough for Demon 1 to hold an easy line.
In theory, cuts it up. Penny does have a nade though to clear that one out if they hear it. So here we go. Boombot. Tour de force. Broken with the boombot.
King did TP.
Yeah, he did. So you can see Demon 1 can't really afford to play a more aggro line. little bit more shallow, and his rendezvous is in a pretty forward spot as well. There's a lot of guesswork on display. Demon One could very quickly be overwhelmed in a spot and position like this. There's a gate crash, misses the shot, he's backing away, but like I said, he's out into the open. There's a bit of flash in his face, and Penny's just trying to bail him out. The jar there with a movement. Spike is just trying to wrangle control of that rifle in his hands. A lot of the dangers are they're navigated as a result of that.
5v3 in Cloud9 with bad weaponry. That is essentially the round, or at least it should be. Sato getting a little bit closer to his dimensional drift as well, just one away. Worth hunting for some of these players if they're just looking to die to Spike, but obviously you don't want to do it too early, give him a Phantom, give him a chance back in.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, it does seem a little early to me, but if he gets it, he gets it.
My ult's ready.
Oh, ticking soon enough. You get the ult and gets back, so
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, got the kill. That's what he was after.
And now they can set up something really simple, really easy for their next round. They've just got so many ults to work with.
Yeah.
The double duelist ult in particular is a fantastic combo. Yoru ult, when the Yoru sees somebody important, you waylay ult them. Yoru then comes out of the ultimate, very easy kill.
Very easy to combo up that Yoru ultimate into many different styles of play that you want, really. But LEV are finding their way back in it, you know, off the back of the ultimates, off the back of this general game plan for them. Not willing to count them out just yet.
C9 have slowed down a little bit, though.
Yeah.
In terms of the players that were absolutely powering them through these rounds, we were looking towards Demon One and Zephyr. Demon One not quite getting the value he wanted from his ultimate that round, but he buys up the real thing now, hop in hand.
Be their nightmare. Here.
And Zephyr's not having the untouchable performance it looked like throughout Pearl in the beginning of Split.
Here.
Here's that ult combo potential.
Here.
Yeah, it's going to be spotting a multitude of players again, so that's a pit drop down, lay it up, bring them out, and there it is, convergent path. Sato's going to try and jump onto this one, but it's a bit of a retreat into the smoke. He's okay, it's a chance, it's gone wide.
Yeah, I think they've messed that up a little,
Welcome to my
but they've still got a ton of space, a pit down.
Yeah, still should be good for LEV.
Yeah, it's a massively advantaged spot.
Smokes are being primed now. Trailblazer trying to lead the charge. Sato retreating back to main, just looking to break some of that util.
Seekers could be powerful here as well to try to counter the pit. Seekers, spam.
Yeah, now being used. He's going to be pointing out that position. Pinpoint at that, looking to spam into the relevant corner. Sato, though, still getting active onto this. Zepper's running a mockery onto the site right now, and he's just potentially found that win con. Forwards and out, smoke in your face. The King can't really play for much.
Easy got it.
Yeah, he does.
Wow. I was just talking about the fact that some of the super players on C9 had slowed down, and then Zephyr gives you a round like that. I think if you look at that in the replay, the majority of those are just going to be spam kills. I'm not 100%, but into a pit like that, let's have a look.
Following the Seekers.
Well, there's one.
There's one, a bit of spam into the back. This is just, okay.
I mean, the first is a straight-up duel inside the pit.
All right.
The other two, pure intuition.
Barely enough time.
What a great read of where people were going to be playing inside the pit, though. I mean, some of that is just like raw game sense. It's not just luck. King
TP's forwards. Demon One finds himself a pick onto Sato. That's going to remove options here. Present spotted. Vic. Paranoia is going to be pulled out early. So this is feeling almost desperate, really. I mean, Spike is going to be planted for now. Dropped off, but Zephyr's just found it as a slight angle that wasn't being covered with that kill. He retreats, backs up and away. This is slapdash now from LEV. It's gone wrong early on.
Well, 3v5, now they need a hero play, so it's probably going to get even more slapdash.
Exactly. Chaos is essentially the only way that LEV get back into a round like this.
Blows knows that there's a couple of people looking to take contact here. He's worried about where the next person is. He knows Zelsis is down there on this angle, but who's playing off Zelsis contact? He's very worried about our player stairs.
Toxins going up.
And yeah, LEV have lost information. Sorry, C9 have lost information in the middle of the map at the moment.
Yeah, very passive, right? Pulled back.
There's a flash to go and regain some info in A heaven. They see that it's empty. Does King now call
30 seconds
to try
left
to take that space? PXS is going for it.
Looks like the goal might be towards B anyway. PXS looking to see if he can get something going. Smokes are going to be starting to Propped up over towards B.
Bring them down.
Not going to know that his players are potentially waiting around now. Vic
so alone with
caught
the
into the
spike.
corner. He is really isolated, isn't he? Out wide is
10
the open. That's a
seconds
spike
left.
drop down. Up towards round. There's no time.
Last player standing.
It's the round essentially sealed up. Can't make a play for much now. 12 rounds for Cloud9. LEV, I mean, listen, they put together a couple of rounds, stringing it together on this half, but
Match point.
as we were saying earlier, they didn't buy themselves too much in terms of breathing room, especially when Cloud9 won round 13, round 15.
Yeah, they put themselves in a bit of a rough position.
10 seconds
Strange
left.
peek from Sato as well. I'm still at a bit of a loss watching some of these rounds from LEV.
Just trying to power
Did
through.
you hear that from Zeppa?
What did he say?
He said, how did they get 8 rounds?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
honestly, I understand where he's coming from, because when I'm watching, I think the scoreline is making this game look closer than it actually is. And of course, 3 of them were off the back of pistol and bonus early on, but man, it's been a tough day at the office for Leviathan.
has to be a converted round though for them. Stringing together whatever sort of buy they can get. 3 rifles, Guardian, a Bucky. No real ults to work with. They are one away from a couple of critical ones, crucial ones. Demon 1 posted. That operator. All in his face will make this one awkward. Angles could get crossed up easily enough. Bit of mid being worked as well by LEV. They're sending Fade Util back and forth. Trailblazer now to see if they can paint out a bit of a clearer picture for Cloud9. It is broken. Sato inserted quite deep. LEV potentially calling that they might want to go into the A angle, but no, go back into King. It's difficult.
Shadows traveling.
Not much on display for Cloud9, and
Blinding.
they themselves also looking for a bit of a play forward. Celsius inserts himself, dominates B main now, and that is suddenly an option taken away. Demon 1's now going to be at the walls, the
30 seconds
Bastion.
left.
Line of defense away from this A side, and this is it. This is potentially how it ends. LEV,
One
not
enemy.
with a bang, but with a whimper, trickling down. Players are dropping like flies. 1 remains. It's all down to blows, but he will fall.
Defenders
13-8
win.
finish. Cloud9 cleaning up. They sweep LEV away.